Hi everyone, happy spring. The flowers are starting to bloom. Let's come on inside. Take you with me. We're gonna go inside and get a workout. All right, here we go. Hello, cross your arms, take a deep breath. And exhale, let it all out. Another big breath, inhale. Fill your lungs, reach through fingertips, and exhale, let it all out. Good. And inhale. This time you're gonna place your hands together and you're gonna press them together as you bring them down to heart center, dropping your shoulders down. Okay, inhale, big breath. Hands together and press them together as you drop down. Bend through your knees a little bit. Keep your knees bent. Inhale. And exhale, drop down a little further. Bending your knees a little bit more. Just make sure they're tracking above your feet. Inhale. And exhale, taking that down. Feeling the warmth in your legs. As you press your hands together, feel the warmth in your shoulders. And go ahead and rise all the way up, hands together. And then lean over to the right, get a nice side stretch. Still pressing your hands together. And over to the left, side stretch here. And then back to center here. Press your hands together a little more firmly. Spread your fingertips wide and then go ahead and take it down. And hold. Good. You want to feel the warmth in your legs as you hold shoulders right down. Pressing your hands together. Feel the fire in your shoulders, your arms, your hands. And just hold. You can rock side to side, whatever you need to do. In this moment, weight in your heels. Feeling the warmth in your legs. Good. And hold. Nice. Then go ahead and take it on up, pressing your hands together. And then go ahead and take it to a forward fold. So you're swan diving down, lengthen through the backs of your legs. Turn your hands so that your palms are facing down. Belly is in, spine is long. You can bend your knees if you need to, but make sure they're not locked out if they're straight. So lengthening through your spine. Feel the stretch. You need to wiggle, go ahead. Take a breath, inhale, exhale, take it down to a forward fold. And just hang, feel the stretch in your spine, stretch the backs of your legs, shifting side to side, whatever you need to do. And breathe. Relax through your head. Then go ahead and place your hands onto the mat, walk your feet back behind you. Take it into downward facing dog. Heel toe through your feet. And nice stretch the backs of your legs as you press through your hands, shoulder blades apart. And drive your heels down a little bit more, feel the stretch. And then go ahead and lower onto your knees. Take it into a quadruped, shoulders on top of your wrist. Take a breath, inhale, exhale, cat stretch, tucking your tailbone under. And inhale, take it into cow, belly lifts, chest is down. And exhale, cat stretch, one more time. And inhale, take it into cow. Good, cat stretch here. And then send your seat over your heels, wiggle, stretch out the lower back. And then back into neutral. Right arm, left leg. I want you to spread your hands wide, extend them out, flex your left foot and hold. Feel the contraction in that left gluteal as you hold, so nice and strong in that left seat. Hands are spread out wide, reaching. Feel the strength, holding this isometric contraction to get the blood flowing. And hold, back of the neck long. Core is engaged. Strong in that left shoulder, slight bend in that left elbow. And lower down, let's try the other side. So go ahead and reach, flex that left foot really hard, straighten that right foot, right knee, and hold shoulders away from the ears. Core is engaged. You can poke that gluteal, make sure it's contracted, and hold nice and strong. Lower down, go ahead and switch. Right arm, left leg, reach. Flex that foot, straighten the knee, hips are level, shoulders are level. And then lower down, and let's go the other side. So left arm, right leg, flex that foot, hold, shoulder away from the ears. And then lower back down, go ahead and tuck your toes in, push right back into that downward facing dog. Heel toeing through your feet, breathing. And then go ahead and press forward into a plank. Okay, so on your hands or your knees. And just hold, checking your form, shoulders on top of your wrist, belly is engaged. And then take your heels, press them back, and forward. And back, if you're on your toes, and forward, 2 more times back, and forward 1 more time back, and forward, hold here. If you're not on your knees, lower to your knees, go ahead and pivot over, take it into side plank, nice and strong. You can take that top arm and let it fall back, opening up to that chest a little bit more. And then take your arm back down. Let's go right into the other side, so pivoting over. Other arm reaches to the ceiling. You can let it fall back as you open through that chest. Make sure you stay strong in that that bottom shoulder though. And then back up, lower back down into that nice quadruped. Tuck your toes under, push back into downward facing dog. And heel to your feet. Now that we're getting warm, try and get deeper into the stretch. And then push forward into a plank here, nice and strong. And then back into downward. So we're just alternating. So feel the strength in this plank. Perfect form, belly in, shoulders away from the ears, back of the neck long, into downward. Pressing, 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 feel that stretch. And strength here in that plank. And stretch in that downward. And one more time, strength in that plank. And back into that downward. Here. Good. Go ahead and ground your right leg. Kick your left leg back behind. And then softly swing that left foot through. Place it between your hands. Lower your right knee down and take your left arm and reach and open up through that chest. Another chest opening. You want to engage your right gluteal to press that hip forward. Stretch out that hip flexor as well. And then lower down. Take your left leg, kick up nice and high. Your right heel is lifted. And then take it into a plank here. Don't worry if you don't go all the way down, okay? And up. So alternating here in that plank and downward. And as you take it into downward, you're pressing, pressing, pressing. Feel a nice stretch to the back of that right leg into that strong, solid plank. And one more time. Here we go. Press back. Woo. And then lower back down into that plank. You're going to take it into that chaturanga. So you can lower it to your knees if you want to. Take it to hover or place your belly onto the mat. Inhale. Half cobra, full cobra, or upward facing dog if you're ready. And exhale, go ahead and press back into downward facing dog. Press your heels down. Good. This time you're going to ground your left foot, kick your right leg nice and high, and then softly swing it through. Place it between your hands. Lower your left knee. Now take your right arm and reach up to the ceiling. Get that nice opening through your chest. And then lower back down and take that right leg, kick nice and high. Press through your hands. That left heel is lifted. Stretch the back of that left leg and take it into that plank. If you can keep that right leg lifted, good. And up. If not, that's good too. I want you to think about squeezing that gluteal. Strong. And back up. And two more times. Here we go in a nice solid plank. And then back up one more time. Take it into a nice solid plank. Good. Hold. Good. And then lower back down. Take it into downward facing dog. Woo. Nice. And then take it back into that plank. Lower onto your knees. Now you're going to pivot to the right side. Take your right arm up to the ceiling. This side plank. If you want, you can take your right arm and reach back behind you. Feeling a nice stretch in that chest. And then back down. Knees on the mat, tuck your toes under, back into that downward. Now, we're going to take our knees and we're going to hover into a bear hold. So, take your knees and just hover above the mat and scoot your hands in if they need to place them under your shoulders and just hold. So that core is activated nice and strong. Okay, you want to keep your spine in neutral, back of the neck long, and just hold. Good, good. Belly is pulled in for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Lower your knees down. Scoot your legs together. So nice and tight. Okay? And you're just going to take your heels and put them up and back down and up and back down. Put them up and back down. One more time. Up and back down. Now take your lower left leg. Cross it over that lower right leg. Shift your weight over to the right until your left toes touch the mat. Okay? Then you're going to keep your toes on the mat and then you're just going to press back into a nice downward with our legs crossed. Okay, so I want you to just explore. You want to aim for a nice glute stretch, outer thigh stretch, IT band stretch for that left leg. So just shifting, just working away until you feel that stretch. Okay, now you're going to shift the weight into that right foot. Bend your right knee. Okay, press through your hands still. You're going to take your left leg and you're just going to tap and lift. That right heel can be lifted and up. I want you to focus on contracting that left gluteal. Down and lift. Down and lift. Good, down. Make sure that right knee is directly in line with your toes. more, down, and lift, one more, down, and lift. Now I'm going to scoot that left leg forward, okay? You're going to lower your right knee onto the mat, and then you're going to sit back here. Now if you want more of a stretch, you can shift your weight over to the left side so you have a bigger angle in your hips, and then scoot back for a nice stretch for your inner thighs. And just settle in here. Breathe and come on up. Good. Go ahead and bring your legs back together. Legs together. You're going to tuck your toes under. Push back into a downward facing dog. Heel toeing, whatever you need to. This time your legs are together, so a little slightly different sensation in the stretch. And then go ahead and lower your knees down. Okay. And cross your lower right leg over that lower left. Shift your weight to the left until your right toes touch the mat. Both set of toes on the mat. And then go ahead and take it into downward, and you shift side to side until you feel a nice stretch to that right gluteal, right outer thigh. That IT band. Just explore and find that stretch. Good. Okay. Shift your weight over into the left foot. Kick your right leg back. You can lift the left toes if you want. Press through your hands. And then go ahead and take it to that glute lift. Up. That left leg is also working as you stabilize there. Just lifting that right leg down and up. Squeeze that right butt cheek as you contract and lift. And down. Pressing through your hands, staying long in your torso. And up. Woo. And down. Let's go for 3 more. And down. Last 2. Squeeze. And down. Last 1. Up. And down. Now send that right leg over to the side. I'm going to shift because I don't have enough room. Right leg over to the side. Lower that left knee down. And then go ahead and push back. If you want more of a stretch, if you have the flexibility, you can scoot slightly more over to the left and increase the angle in your hips. And just hold for a nice inner thigh stretch. Good. And then come on up here. Feet back together, hip distance apart into that downward facing dog. And then go ahead and push forward into that strong plank here on your knees or your toes. We're going to take it onto our bellies now. Okay, so we're going to count down for 10 counts. I want you to do it tricep style, so elbows in. Here we go. 10 and 9. Try to keep your elbows above your wrist. 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3. Listen up. 2 and 1. Go back up. Here we go. 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Back down. Here we go. 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5. Listen up. 4 and 3. Back up. 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8 and 9 and 10. This time I promise we're going to go all the way down. 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6. Elbows close. 5. Go 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and 0 on your belly. Arms down by your sides or below your shoulders. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Lift up through your chest. Squeeze your glutes and hamstrings. Lift your legs. Point your toes. You can take your arms out to the side. Feel the contraction in your back. And your belly is pulling in strong. Back of the neck is long. Reaching your fingertips to your toes and just holding here. Good. Nice. Woo. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Come on down. Take your right arm out or that arm out, whichever. If you're doing the other, that's fine. Just so you can continue to watch me on the screen. Other arm in front of your belly. Flex your feet. Legs are glued together. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Lift. Okay, so feel the contraction in the side. Good. And just hold. So our hips are vertically aligned. Try not to fall back or forward. Okay, here. Good. If you want, you can take that bottom elbow off of the mat. A little more intense. Drop that shoulder away from your ear. If you want, you can take that top arm and reach up to the ceiling. Good. Woo. Squeeze those legs together. Ah, beautiful. Good. Now, another layer. Take that top arm and circle. Maybe a faster circle. A little harder there. Good. And reverse this circle. If you're doing the circle. Good. And a little faster. Maybe 4 and 3 and 2 and one, and lower back down. Very nice. Good. Another step forward, back into that back extension. Come right away. Here, or if you want, arms out to the side, or extend it out in front. Take your legs and flutter kick them. If your arms are extended, flutter kick your arms as well. Swimming. Woo. Belly is engaged. Support that core. Good. 8 and 7 and 6 and 5. Go 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lower it down. Go ahead and roll over to the other side. Take a breath. Inhale. Lift up. Glue your legs together. You can get that bottom elbow up. You can take that top arm and reach up to the ceiling. Another there is to circle that arm. Woo. So do what you can. You can make it a little faster if you want. Engage that core, hips are aligned, and then go in the opposite direction. If you're doing the circles, 3 and 2 and 1, and lower back down. Onto your belly, press yourself up into quadruped. Good job. Take a breath, inhale, exhale, catch, stretch. Inhale, take it into cow, belly down. Exhale, catch, stretch. And inhale, cow, back into neutral here. Bird dog. We're going to take our right arm, left leg. This time we're going to point our toes and reach our fingertips. Okay, so slightly different from when we did the spinal balance before. Now we're going to take our elbow to our knee here, and then reach. Elbow to the knee here. Good. And then reach. Okay, each time I want you to feel the contrast. So we're tucking and then reaching with nice extension and in and up. Okay, so one more like this. Elbow to the knee and reach. Now we're going to bring the elbow to the side, knee to the left side. So elbow to the side here and then back to that reach. And elbow to the knee. Try and keep the height of your knee and foot the same. Okay, here. And then reach. And here. Try and keep the lift. And reach. 2 more times. Let's go. Here. And then reach. That left arm working hard as it stabilizes. That shoulder. And then lower down. Other side. Left arm, right leg. That spinal balance. Feel that reach. Strong in that right shoulder. Elbow to the knee. And then reach. So we're working a little more slowly. So I want you to really go through the range here. And then reach, 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 reach. And elbow to the knee. And reach, 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 reach. Again. And reach. 2 more times, like this, in line. And reach. 1 more, let's go. Woo. And elbow to the side, knee to the side. And then back to that reach. And then to the side, pull, pull, pull. I want you to think about pulling that leg arm to the side like you're pulling it through water. So feel the resistance. Okay, try not to go floppy. You want to feel that resistance strong. So you're keeping the contraction as you pull that arm and leg to the side. Getting a little more work there. 2 more times. And extend. 1 more time. Here. And extend. And then lower down. Cat cow. Round. And cow. Belly drops down. Good. 1 more time. Cat stretch. And cow. Back into neutral. Here. Go ahead and sit back. Take your shoulders, circle them around. Take your wrists, circle them around. Just going to walk your way to the front of the mat. Good. Take your hands behind you. Fingertips point toward you. Go ahead and lift up through your chest. Pinch your shoulder blades together. Okay, here. Opening up to that chest, getting a little forearm stretch as well. Nice. And then come back up to seated, hands behind your thighs, lift up. I want you to keep your spine in neutral. Okay, so if this is challenging for you, hold here. If you feel like you can take it to the next level, then you can start to extend your legs. You can release your arms and hold it wherever you're at, counting up for 10. And 9, and 8, and 7, and 6. Go 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and lower down. Good, feet on the mat. Go ahead and roll your spine onto your back, onto the mat, sorry, arms down by your side. So you're on your back. We're going to take it to a couple bridges. So inhale and exhale, press up, Keep your spine in neutral as you just do these simple bridges. Press up, knees, spacing between your knees, same spacing as between your feet, and lift up. Hit the ground in neutral, one more time up, and hit the ground in neutral, like so. Very nice. Then reach your fingertips out toward your feet. Take your palms are facing down. You're going to inhale through your nose for 5 pulses, 100. Exhale through your mouth for 5 pulses. Okay, so inhale for 5 and exhale for 5. So beating nice and strong, getting the lats to help you. Progression, legs in tabletop, or you can extend your legs out, gluing your legs together, and keep going nice and strong. Shoulders away from the ears. Woo, belly nice and flat. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Nice pumping on the arms, nice and deep. Good, good. Whew. Okay, try not to straighten your neck. Use your abdominal muscles to keep you lifted. Beautiful. Good. Got 2 more sets of 10. Staying strong. And go ahead and lower down, bring your knees into your chest. Couple rolls with your knees, loosen it out. Take your legs up to the ceiling. Your toes are pointed. If you're tight in your hamstrings, you can bend your knees. Then you can externally rotate it so your heels are in, knees are out. Okay, so if your legs are bent, it looks like this. Just going to cross and cross and cross and cross. Now see if you can cross at your thighs. Okay, if you can, straighten your knees and cross and cross and cross. Now we're going to pick up the pace. Up, cross and cross and cross. Now if you can, take your arms up to the ceiling. Cross, 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 cross. Pull in and in and in and in. Go in and in and in and in. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees into your chest. Cross your lower legs, arms down by your side. You're going to take your hips. You're going to let them lift up and then lower down and up. Good. And down. So working the lower abdominal muscle group and up and down. So nice and up and lower down lightly. Okay, try not to just collapse down. So you're working eccentrically, the return phase, and down. 3 more. If you poke your lower abdominal muscles, you should feel it contracted. And down. 1 more. And down. Now you're going to hold just a tiny lift of your hips. Okay. Now we're going to take our left hip, reach over to the right shoulder and back. Right hip to the right shoulder and back. And left and back. So we're crunching through the waist and back and left and back and right and back and left. Crunch through that left waist, crunch through the right waist and back and left and back, right. 1 more set. Let's go. Crunch left and back and right and back. Take your legs into tabletop. Separate your legs about hip distance. Okay, so you have a 90-degree bend in your knees. Take your right toes tap down and up. Left toes tap down and up. Make sure your core is engaged. No strain in that lower back. And down and up. So lightly tap the toes down and up. Other side and down. Now if you want, both toes tap down, but make sure your lower back is not straining. You're keeping that core engaged. Okay, and tap down and up and down. Light tap and up. Let's go for 4 more. So 2 more alternations or 4 more straight on. 3 more. Up and 2 more. And then back up. Last one. Tap down and hold. Take your hands behind your head. Just going to lift up and down. So working the upper abdominal muscles up and down. See if you can lift a little higher and down. Let's go up and down. Reaching up to the ceiling and down. Okay, next progression. Take your arms and cradle your head with your arms so you have a bigger lever, a little harder, and up. Feel the contraction at the top. Contract, squeeze, and down. Before you take it down, lift, squeeze, and down. How about 6 more? You got it. 5 more. Legs are quiet. And 4 more. Go for 3 more. Lifting it up. Last 2. Up. Last 1. We're going to add a half after this one. I'm going to hold here. Okay, hold here. Just hold for the contraction. Now, if you want, You can take your legs out and bring them back in and out, but only if your back is secured. Okay, you have your core engaged. If you feel any strain in your lower back, then don't do this. Okay, and out, and then back in, and out. Good job. And 3 more if you're doing this movement, and back in. Last 2, let's go. Woo, and back 1 more time. Extend, pull it back in, and lower back down. Wrap your arms around your legs. Extend your legs out, long arms overhead, and stretch it out. Woo, nice work. Okay, feet flat on the mat. Take your arms by your side. Take it back into that bridge. So lifting up and lowering down. So nice and easy, hitting in neutral, lowering onto the ground in neutral. Let's go for 3 more. And down, last 2. Good. And down 1 more. Now walk your legs together. Same thing, we're going to repeat that bridge. This time, you won't get as high. I want you to feel the glutes and hamstrings, inner thighs engage. You keep your legs together. And down 3 more. Up. And down, last 2. Up. And down, last 1, up. Now lower halfway down, so you're half of the height. Okay? You're going to take your hips and you're going to sway to the right and sway to the left. So think of it as a hammock, swaying to the right and to the left and sway to the right. Squeeze those legs together and to the left. Go right and left. Nice job, right and left. 4 more, right and left. 3 more, contract through those obliques. 2 more, right and left. Last 1, right and left. Now hold right. You're going to shift and place your left hip onto the mat. Lower your legs down. Okay, hands behind your head and just lift and lower. So working the obliques, lift and down. And lift and down. And reach up and down. So just like before, if you want to, you can cradle your head with your arms up and down, up and down. Like contract through those obliques. And 2.5 more. And down 1.5 more. Up and down. Now hold your half here. Hold, hold, hold. Just find that contraction, steady contraction for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Lower back down. Take your legs, lift them up. Take your hips center. Okay, lift up into that half bridge. Swing your hips over to the left. Settle your right hip down. Take your knees, lower them to the right. Hands behind your head and lift and lower. So working those obliques up and down. Nice and slow and down. Good job. Up and down. 4 more. Up and down. Before we add the arms. 3, 2 more. Up and 1 more. Now keep it here, or if you want, arms behind your head. Up and down. Squeeze and lower. Down 3 more. Up and down. Last 2. Up and down. 1.5. Up and down. Now hold the half just like the other side. Hold, squeeze, contract, lift, lift, lift. Feel the contraction in those obliques for 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1, and lower back down. Good. Roll over onto your side. Go ahead and prop yourself up to seated. Okay, cross your lower legs. Place your hands onto the mat. Take your legs back behind into downward. Press your heels. Feel that stretch. And lift up your toes, bend your knees, and look up your hands. Okay, so pause here for a moment. Feel that Achilles tendon stretch. Good. Walk or hop your feet to your hands. Inhale, monkey, lift your chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up into standing. You can add an arch back if you want. And bring your hands into prayer. Good. Now we're going to take our legs, we're going to straddle them. Okay, so nice and wide. Take your arms up. You're just going to take it into some squats here. Okay, make sure your knees track above your feet, sinking down, lifting up. Nice breath. Exhale and inhale. And 1 more time. Exhale. And inhale, hold. Now you're going to bend your elbows, bring your arms down by your side. I want you to spread your hands wide. So right here, palms face up. So nice and strong. Bend your knees a little deeper, a little more. So you get down a little deeper and hold. So your elbows are not by your side, they're slightly out. I want you to contract, feel nice and strong. Squeeze everything, okay? Your shoulders, your arms, your back, your belly, your glutes, everything as you sink down and hold. Feel your feet grounded. So rooting into the mat or floor or earth, and just hold nice and strong. And then release just a little bit and come right back to it, maybe sinking your hips down a little bit more. So isometric contraction, holding, and then release, and sink down even more, and hold. Feel maybe a shaking start to set in as you really contract, and then release. Last time, go ahead and sink down and hold, and hold, good. And then come on up, reach over to the right, or the side, and then we're gonna go ahead and pivot over into high lunge on this side, so right side. So if you're doing the opposite, that's fine. So here, I want you to think about pressing that heel, left heel toward the mat. Okay? Hinge through your upper body forward. Make sure that knee is above that ankle, but behind your toes. Your upper body is hinged forward, trying to align it with that back leg. If you need to lift the left toes, that's fine. And just hold. Take your arms back behind here, palms face up, and hold. We're gonna just pulse the arms here. So getting a little tricep work. So we're pulsing and pulsing and pulsing and pulsing. Good. Pulse and pulse. Nice. Pulse. Keep your arms close to your sides. Hup and hup and hup and hup. Go 4 and 3 and 2 and hold. Now you're going to start to straighten that front leg and then take it back to a bend. And straighten and then back to a bend. Good. And straighten and back to a bend and hold. Now sink a little deeper here, shoulders away from the ears. Maybe hinge a little further forward. Good. And hold. Nice work. Okay, good. 3 and 2 and 1. Go ahead and rotate your arms, face the front, inhale, and then swan dive down. And feel a nice stretch to the backs of your legs. And then go ahead and bend your knees. Come on up. Place your hands on your thighs. And then you're just going to shift side to side. Side to side. Good. And side to side. Nice. If you need to scoot your legs a little further apart, that's good. That's fine. Okay, now see if you can stay at the same level. Side to side. Good. And side to side. Make sure your knees track above your feet. Good. Now, if you want, you can place your arms across your chest. Good. And side to side. Woo. Now, we're going to make a circle. So side and up and down and up and down and up. Get a nice inner thigh stretch, but also working the legs. Good. And down and up and hold. Let's reverse the direction. So down and up. Good. You can make the circles small if you want to modify. Okay, good. 3 more. And circle. Last 2. Nice work. And last one. Here. And then take it back into that forward fold. Hanging down. You can bend your knees if you need to. Shift side to side, whatever you need to do. And then come on up to standing. You're going to rotate to the other side. So our high lunge on the other side. So your feet are in line with the mat. And hold. Okay. Hinge forward through the upper body. Arms back behind if you want to. You can keep your hands on that thigh if you need the support. Okay, here. Now if your arms are extended back behind, turn your palms in toward each other. Feel the nice long torso as you press that right heel into the mat. That left leg is on fire as you hold. Okay, then you can take your arms and you're going to pulse in, 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 in. So pulsing in, holding strong, working that leg, feeling the stretch as well to that right leg. Pulsing, good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. I'm going to straighten and sink down and straighten, not locking the knee though, and back down. 4 more. Up. And back down. 3 more. Take it up and back down. Last 2. Up and back down. 1 more time. Up and back down. And then go ahead and cartwheel the arms through, back to face the front. Sink right back down. You're going to reach to the right and to the left and to the right and to the left. Still working the legs, right and left. See if you can sink those hips down a little lower and slide right and left down. Let's go a little faster. Right and left and right and left. Upright through your torso for 4 and 3. Good. And 2 and 1. Here, center, down and up. Just your arms. Hips stay low. And down and left and down and left. Arms out to the side. Right heel lifts. Left heel lifts. Almost done. Hang in there. And left. Go a little faster. Right and left and right. Left. 4 and 3 and 2, and 1. Both heels lift, hold, arms up, sink those hips down. See if you can lift all the way up. Slowly come back down, keeping those heels lifted if you can. And take it up. Good. And take it back down. Final thing, I promise. 20 pulses. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. And come on up. Take it to that forward fold. Diving down. Shifting side to side. Whatever you need to do. Breathe. Good. Scoot your feet in to about hip distance. Still in that forward fold. And heel toe to your feet. Okay, then you're going to take your right foot, place it back behind the left, or crossing of the legs like we did early on. So right leg behind the left. So here. And you're folding forward. If you need to bend the knees, that's fine. And then shift side to side. Good. And then come on up with your legs still crossed. Here. Then you're going to reach your right arm overhead here. With your left arm, you're going to grab onto that right wrist and reach. So a little balance challenge, but also a nice stretch along the right side of your torso. And then come on back down into that forward fold. You can bend your knees if you need to. Okay, good. Then you're going to switch. So parallel your feet. Take your left foot to the outside of your right and hang here with your legs crossed. If your knees are bent, that's fine. Okay. Just explore, finding the stretch. Good. And then come on up to standing. Ooh, nice balance challenge there. Take your left arm and reach over to the right. And if you can, grab onto that left wrist, and reach a little further. You know, a nice stretch along the side as you work the balance. Good. And release. And separate your feet. Nice. Circle your shoulders around. Take your hands on top of your shoulders as you circle. Releasing and go opposite direction. Good. Take your hand, shake out. And circle your wrists as you take it all the way up toward the ceiling. And then reverse the direction of the circles as you take it down. And reach over to the right side. Then to the left side. And to the right, get a lateral stretch. Lateral flexion here. And side. And side. One more time to the left here. Good. And back. Bring your right arm in front. And bend your knees for a little more stability. And so you can see me in the camera, in the display. And then other left arm in front, pull it in with your right. Good. You can wiggle, whatever you need to do. Good. Separate your feet to about hip distance. Then go ahead and swing your arms, wrap them around. Give yourself a little massage. Good. Good. And here, I'm going to take your hips and circle them around. And then reverse. And back to center. Take it to a squat. Send your arms over to the right, hips to the left. And over to the right, left, other side. And here, reach. And then reach. Good, and back to center. Lift all the way up. Circling the arms, big circles. There you can see me. And then reverse the direction of the circles here. And here. Shake it out. Take your left leg, circle. So mobilizing, stretching out that hip. Good, and come from behind. Whew. Good. And hold your right leg up here. Take your lower right leg and just set it in motion. And then reverse. And hold. Take your ankle, circle. Maybe a little cracking. And then reverse. Shake it out. Other leg here. Set that lower left leg in motion. And then switch. Hold. Circle that foot. And then reverse. sounds. And stretch that, shake it out. All right, we're gonna finish off with our 2 breaths. First exhalation, release. Drain your body of any negative energy. Okay, so anything that's weighing on you, on your shoulders, your heart, just send it away. Okay, here we go. Inhale, big breath. And exhale, here's your chance. Push it away. And refill with only good. Gather, gather, gather. Place your hands together and bring them down to heart center. Right here. And we say namaste. And we're done. Yeah. Great work. See you next week.